First question, I have a very short answer, and I address myself to your professors. I think that the next generation of students will learn on how you do not do things in Europe, neither by politics nor by communication, with one Saturday morning 5 o'clock, where they came out with this horror story, which also they didn't know to communicate, and it was a complete mess. So the Cyprus question by taxing the less than 100,000, and also the way they explained it, I mean, the best story for a professor to show how things should not be done. I don't need to say anything more, I think that was strong enough. Now, the regional policy, that is a little more complicated, because the regional policy it is a lot of money. It's billions and billions of money. It's a solidarity spending, which goes from the Euro. You know that 94% of the European budget doesn't stay in Brussels, but goes back to the member states through these solidarity mechanisms. And one of it is regional policy. It's also social funds and so on and so forth, the structural funds in general. They are decided on how much is going to be spent and how it is going to be spent. That is a European-wide decision, not only of the Commission, also of the Member States together with the European Parliament. And then it comes to the implementation. And normally the implementation is done in the Member States and the control is done in the Member States. And you know what is the real problem? Very often in those member states which most need the help of those funds, they have administrations which are incapable to help to invest this money. And we see, I don't want now to quote the member states, but it's very clear that there are some who really are not capable to help the implementation. And so in countries like in Greece, for instance, we have loosened the rules. Even also the rules on financing. They only need now to co-finance 5%. It's 15% minimum normally, in order to help them to be capable to invest more of this money. And now comes another problem. And look at that one for your thesis. The biggest problem comes when the funds are not spent as they should, when there are illegal problems happening to those. In some of the member states there is no control at all. Very nice for criminals. Very, very nice. In other member states they do half the job, and that is already the best I can say. That is the reason why, because I am responsible for criminal law, I have now given out a criminal law system in order to make the definition of crime against the taxpayers' money the same definition and the same minimal and maximal penalties all over the place. And we are going to create, and that is a proposal I will make this year in summer, an European prosecutor for looking after this money badly spent is a nice expression, stolen would be a better expression. So there are real problems in the implementation there, and not only those which you quoted, but look a little more in depth when you write your thesis.